Okay, guys, my name is Earl Dixon the Bitcoin man. I'm glad you guys came tonight because we got some good information that we can share with you guys about making some real money. Um, as we know, Bitcoin has done over 9 million% return since 2008. Bitcoin is going to do even better than that. Some of the major players in the industry, billionaires who are active in the crypto space, like Michael Saylor, who owns like 17,000 Bitcoin now, 17,000. 2 years ago, he owned not one. JP Morgan Stanley, and other people, and Michael Saylor with MicroStrategy and Elon, they're investing in Bitcoin because they know what's going to happen in a very short period of time. Bitcoin is going to have another halving in 2024. And when Bitcoin halves, and you really got to get this, when Bitcoin halves in 2024, the price of Bitcoin exceed the price, the price of the Bitcoin asset class is going to exceed the price of gold. When that happens, Bitcoin is going to go to $1 million a coin by 2025. And when it exceeds the asset class of gold, it's going to reach about 10 million by 2029. And most people don't say, where's Earl getting this information from? Well, I got a video I want to share with you guys, right? Not tonight, but I'll let you go over there. I'll put the link in the chat room. Billionaires don't just guess at the future price of asset class. They use something called cross the floor analysis. And I didn't know nothing about it. I took statistics and standard deviations in college, but they use U curves. Some of you guys probably heard about U curves and stuff like that. So there's a formula called start the floor analysis. It predicts the future value of asset classes in comparison with the American dollar, where it's fallen. So a group of people come together. And let me go here right quick. So most of you guys know about Shiba. Shiba is a meme coin. Doge is a meme coin. There's nothing backing those coins. Bitcoin, there's nothing backing it. Ethereum, there's nothing backing it. But what we have is a platform where they're now using natural resources to go out and dig for natural resources like gold, platinum, aluminum, oil, and gas, natural gas. And they're backing the token with these natural resources. Now, let me just screen share and show you guys something real quick. We'll screen share and show you something. All right, so there is a website called CoinMarketCap. And one of our coins is already over there. I'm gonna come out to this video in a second. So go to CoinMarketCap. Okay, and show you the DEBT coin. DEBT is already over here. Now, the significance of what we're sharing with you tonight is that these guys just don't promise you that a coin is going to go to the exchanges, and it never happens. Every coin that these guys have said will go to the marketplace has went to the marketplace. If you're looking at this coin right here, can y'all see my screen? Let me know if you can see my screen. Unmute. Let me know if you can see my screen. Somebody. All right.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
So now, look at that coin right there called the DEBT box. That's our coin with this platform. The price of it right now is $11.37 a piece. Now, when you rent one of the contracts nodes from this platform, you can rent a node, a contract on a node. A node is like a computer in the blockchain, and we use the Binance Smart Chain, and it processes transactions through the blockchain. Well, when using those nodes, they get rewarded by paying the node owners tokens. So you can actually buy this DEBT node, and whenever they sold this DEBT node for like $7,000, you got 49 million coins. Now imagine getting 49 million coins and $11.38 a piece a day. But those coins were at 0.00005 whenever it launched. Let me see if I can look at the histogram here real quick. All right, let's see. Working data. Let's see right here. All right. So those coins, 11. I don't go back any further than that. It's been as high as, let's see, let's go up here. $11.80 a coin. The high has been $11.90 a coin. But by renting the node, you would have, if you had purchased a node for $7,000, you got 49 million of those coins. And each coin today would be worth $11 and how much we say? $11.38 today. So now, the reason we're here tonight is because we want to introduce you to that platform and show you some value of what we have. Now, I'm going to go to a video, play a little short video, come back and take you in the back office and also show you how to get your smart contract, rent the node, and start earning some of the coins. So let me go here and play this little video. This guy right here, he's one of the leaders in ixglobal. He's going to talk about the debt node. He's on the web page. We're going to listen to him a couple of minutes. Then I'm going to go into the back office on my phone. Then I'm going to show you how you can become a member and start leveraging money and making money. Now, before I go there, I like to say this. Most people, when they get money, they get a paycheck. Where are they getting their money from? Whether it's retirement money or whatever. First thing they do is pay their bills. Well, taking the seed money that God blesses you with, and if you're paying your bills with seed money, it can never produce fruit. The Bible even tells you put your money in fertile soil and you put your seed in fertile soil and it should produce fruit. So what we have with this platform, if you can take some of that dumb money, which is fiat currency, he talked about that in this video a few minutes ago about the Federal Reserve and how they keep printing money, and every time they print money, the value of money go down. That's dumb money. Okay, but we know the history on that. Most people know what fractional reserve banking is, and every time you put in $100 in the bank makes $3,333 on every 100 that you make. We know that. So he talked about it in the beginning of this video, but now we have an opportunity to be able to take some money, bring it over here and make it smart money, go buy the smart contract. You take $200, buy a contract on one of these token platforms, and in 30 days, your $200 become $480. So after your 200 become 480, you can literally go buy 2 contracts. Now, if you need some extra money, what can you do? You can literally exchange this debt coin, which is $11.03 a piece, to Bitcoin and send it to your debit card and spend it. That's real money. Real money. I paid a bill the other day, $2,000. I took some Shiba, which is backed by nothing, but I had like 230 million Shiba, and I sold $2,000 worth of Shiba and paid a bill. Sent it to my debit card and paid my bill with it. So that's what we have. So let me go ahead and play this video. Let me stop screen share, turn it on the sound so you can hear it. All right, here we go.
Protocol, all blockchain transactions must pass through nodes. Some nodes contain full transaction contraction. I've been talking a lot today. Transaction history. And then each blockchain has a different protocol. So how does DebtBox work? And who is DebtBox? So first of all, DebtBox was created by 3 gentlemen, Jake and Jason Anderson, Roy, I forget Roy's last name, but these guys were venture capitalists from Salt Lake City. They ran a very large hedge fund. They were mining Bitcoin when Bitcoin was below $100 per coin. So they've been in this space for quite some time. And they got into mining in Ghana, like mining actual gold and oil. And through that process, these guys, became very, very familiar and very well known in Ghana, because they would go in, and a lot of the mining companies would strip mine the land. They would go in and they'd plant thousands of trees, and they'd find water and they donate it to the villages. And so they gained the trust and respect of the shaman families that are like royalty, all the way up eventually to becoming friends with the king. In that process, they were introduced to some technology, and that technology allowed them to be able to scan the earth and identify pockets of gold, or excuse me, pockets of oil and other commodities like gold. The reason why that's such a big deal is because when an oil company goes to drill, if they miss the artery or vein that they are drilling in, it can cost them millions of dollars. Their technology has the ability to pinpoint the oil in the earth to within 6 centimeters. So this is obviously extremely valuable to oil companies. And so they took this to oil companies and said, look, we can help you from an exploratory standpoint. We will partner with you as your exploratory company, and anything that we help you find, we want royalties on.
Wow.
And this became a very successful, fruitful partnership. They partnered with oil companies like Western Oil, Shell, Exxon. They now have mines or oil wells around the world. One example that I can give you, in fact, one example that I can actually show you, just to kind of give you a chance to see what these projects look like, is a project in Nevada. So this particular oil well, they drilled in the 50s and 60s. They thought that it went dry. And with this new technology, they were able to discover a chamber that had tens of millions of barrels of oil that they didn't even know existed. That's the pink that you see there. We're actually pulling about 15,000 barrels of oil a day out of this particular mine. And based on that rate, we'll be able to do that for over 10 years, just with this particular one project. So we have a number of projects, which minimizes the risk factor simply because of the fact that if you have one project and something happens, maybe regulatory shuts it down and your whole project relies on that one well, you're out of luck. In our case, we've got wells in Nebraska. We've got wells that are happening all over Ghana. We've got wells that are happening in Nevada. So, we've got quite a few different projects that are currently going right now, and that minimizes the overall risk. So with that, these guys decided to launch their first cryptocurrency because of their financial services background in November. They were tired of the meme coins that had no value. They were tired of all these coins that were all speculation. So they decided, what if we launched a coin that was actually backed by the oil in the oil well? And there we go. And so what ended up happening was this coin, Black Gold, was launched in November. And it went up 77,000%. 77,000%. And the last.
Let me pause there. They said they launched this coin when? When they launched this coin, y'all? Let me rewind that.
November, right?
Yeah. All right, let's rewind that a little bit.
Which was like last month.
November.
Yeah. No, yeah. This is December. Yeah, that's amazing. Now watch this. And
it went up 77,000%. 77,000%. And the last now, and that minimizes the overall risk. So with that, these guys decided to launch their first cryptocurrency because of their financial services background in November. They were tired of the meme coins that had no value. They were tired of all these coins that were all speculation. So they decided, what if we launched a coin that was actually backed by?
Do you think they mean 2022 or is it a year ago?
I'm not sure. I think it was probably a year ago. I think it was probably a year ago is when they launched this coin. Yeah. Not this. I think this would be like an anniversary of the first year. But in a year's time, to make that type of a percentage is truly, truly amazing. Okay.
Oil in the oil well. And there we go. And so what ended up happening was this coin, Black Gold, was launched in November, and it went up 77,000%. 77,000% in the last 8 months. It's created over 200 millionaires, 1 millionaire every 3 days. And here's what's remarkable about it. While everything else has been going down over the last 5-6 months in the crypto space, it actually is still over 70,000% today. And so that was their first project. Their second project came out about 2 months ago, where there is oil, there is natural gas.
Come on.
And so, and not just normal natural gas, it's self-regenerative natural gas because it's a byproduct of the drilling process. So they decided to launch their second project, node project, called NatG. Every time one of these projects launches, they establish the amount of oil that they have, the amount of gas that they have, and then they equate that to the amount of licenses that they will sell. There is a limited supply. These are NFTs. So the licenses actually have value. And they establish a limited amount of coin. Whereas US dollar, we can just keep printing and printing and printing money, and we know what that does to the overall value. One of the things that makes their ecosystem and things like Bitcoin, crypto valuable is the fact that there is a limited supply. And that is all established based on the amount of oil, the amount of natural gas, the amount of gold, some of the other projects. It's all established based on what they have to back the actual coin. And that is the most important thing here, is that we actually have these projects that are backed by real world eco-friendly commodities. And that is why I am so excited. So what I want to do is I want to show you guys the back office. I want to show you guys how it works. And I want to show you some of the different projects. So first of all, let's get into just some of their projects that they've introduced. So again, I'm still on thedebtbox.com. Here are the different projects that they've come out with. Black Gold was the first one that kind of set the stage for the debt box. Then they came out with NatG, which is the second.
Now that Black Gold one is the one that I'm showing you right now. That debt coin is at $11.03 a piece, okay? And you can go back there and rent contracts on that now and start accumulating those coins straight to your wallet.
One backed by the natural gas. Then we have Grow. Grow is all about high yielding agriculture. And these guys are just brilliant. I've had a chance to meet with them many times and spent quite a bit of time with them. I talk to them almost daily now. So when you are an oil company, you have to offset the footprint that you have on the earth. And so you are required to buy carbon credits. Carbon credits are issued in many cases from farms that have the ability to be able to plant trees and plant, things that contribute back to the earth. And so these oil companies are required to buy these carbon credits. And so what these guys have done is partnered with all kinds of different farms around the world. Many of them issue carbon credits. Well, if I am an oil company owner and I want to use their scan technology, I am now required to buy carbon credits from these particular farms, which funds the profitability, feeds into the Grow project. So just genius in what they're doing. Another project that they just came out with 3 yesterday. To put this into perspective of how big this is, you guys, we've done $77 million in sales in the last 24 hours. We have sold almost 930,000 licenses since we first have come out. We will hit 1 million licenses this month. The debt token, so this is our utility token. So this token here supports all of these projects. So when you go look up what coins are on what exchanges, you're not going to find all of these coins. You'll find debt. That is our master token that is paired with all of these. So I can exchange very easily. In fact, starting this week, we'll be able to, in an app, swap any one of these projects. I could swap NatG out and be able to convert it to debt, and then take debt to any of the exchanges that we're on, which we're on several. We're actually adding an exchange almost every single week right now. Bank just listed, just so you guys know, the debt coin in their top 10 coins we were listed yesterday. Bank is the number 16th largest exchange in the world. So these are the validators that you want to be looking for to see, is this a real project? Does it really have tangibility? Is there already liquidity? Are they already on the exchanges?
Let me explain something for a second. So what he's saying is this. So each one of these projects, you can go over and rent these projects, a contract on each of these projects. If you can't get the license where you can buy, like right now they're doing the XPLR project. You can go in the back office. It launched already, and you can literally buy a license where you can own a node that produce these coins, and you get several thousand coins by owning that node. You get them on a daily basis. And if you decide that you need money, you can literally take this XLP coin in the back office, exchange it for the debt coin.
Over $1 million.
The debt coin can be exchanged for Bitcoin, and you can send the Bitcoin straight to your debit card and cash out your money. That's called on-demand liquidity. And that's so key about what's going on here. So getting in now and getting into these projects and taking your dumb money and turning it to smart money and let them start mining these coins is truly amazing.
In trading volume yesterday, just yesterday. So that hopefully puts things into perspective. Bank is the number 16th largest exchange in the world. So these are the validators that you want to be looking for to see, is this a real project? Does it really have tangibility? Is there already liquidity? Are they already on the exchanges? We did over $1 million in trading volume yesterday, just yesterday. So that hopefully puts things into perspective. DLG is gold, and it is every token is backed by bullion, actual gold bullion. So you can request to have your token. You can request an ounce of gold for every token that you own, and they'll send your token to the burn wallet, never to be used again. So it's actually backed by gold. There was just a law passed in Ghana that now requires every mining company to use our scan technology, and all of that feeds into this particular project. I'll go over the pricing on these nodes in just a moment. The Explorer project, I'm kind of excited about. This one's really fun. So we have partnered with SpaceX and Google and Boeing, and they are launching our satellite into space. We've been leasing space up to this point to run our scan technology. It's very expensive, leasing space on a satellite. And so we're now launching our own satellite. Others will be able to lease space off of our satellite. There's a set price, and all of that profitability goes into the Explorer project. And I think this one has some great potential. Aluminum, we just partnered with the largest bauxite mine in Ghana.
I'm gonna stop it for a second. If you notice what he just said, with the technology to be able to scan the soil and to be able to see what's there, all of that's being done off of the satellite. And the project is called XPLR. Michael and Braden bought a contract with XPLR in the back office yesterday for like $2,000, right? And they're gonna be mining those coins to their wallet. Now imagine getting 49 million of those coins for, I'm just giving you an example, because I had to ask them how many coins they're getting for the $2 grand, and that coin going up to $11.03 a piece, like $11.30, like the debt coin is right now. So guys, this Zoom is gonna start in 8 minutes. I'm gonna let him talk. Once it stopped, come back to my Zoom again. I'm taking you to the back office, right? What I'm doing right now is just introducing you to the different platforms where I'll show you how to get access to them in your back office via my phone in a few minutes. So I'm gonna let him finish for the next 8 minutes. When it times out, come right back to the Zoom and we're going to the back office.
Site is a clay that turns into aluminum. This particular mining company are launching our satellite into space. We've been leasing space up to this point to run our scan technology. It's very expensive, leasing space on a satellite. And so we're now launching our own satellite. Others will be able to lease space off of our satellite. There's a set price, and all of that profitability goes into the Explorer project. And I think this one has some great potential. Aluminum, we just partnered with the largest bauxite mine in Ghana. Bauxite is a clay that turns into aluminum. This particular mining company they do about 1.2 trillion tons of aluminum every year. They are responsible for a very large percentage of the aluminum cans that we see every single day. Aluminum is in high demand, and they have just hired us as their exploratory company to help them go from 1.2 tons to 5 million tons a year. And we will be rev sharing on all of that. Those profits go into the aluminum. These other projects will be coming soon. What they're doing is they're giving you an opportunity to be diversified, so that you're not just in one project, that you have the ability to be in agriculture, you can be in oil and gas, you can be in whatever it is that you are interested in. And some of these are a little more on the lower risk side, like gold, for example. It's backed by actual bullion. So let's say the coin were to go down, you can still exchange it for the gold and go sell your gold for whatever the price of the gold is. So those are more, that would be called a deliverable. And then we have our non-deliverables like oil and gas. I would say those have a little bit more potential, but they aren't necessarily, we can't send you a barrel of oil. So that's why we refer to it as a non-deliverable. On all of our non-deliverable projects, why did black gold go up and why did it do what it did? This to me is one of the biggest differentiators between our projects and anybody else out there in the marketplace. They have deflationary mechanisms that are in place that are absolutely brilliant. Let's use NatG as an example. So NatG, we have partners that mine our natural gas. This project has just come online. We're just literally, our drill just arrived on site. They're actually going there today. And we will start drilling. It takes about the natural gas, the payload is down about 17,000 feet. So it'll take some time to get down there. Imagine that, 17,000 feet down into the earth. And then what they'll do is they'll extract that and they'll go sell that natural gas. About every quarter, they get their profits from who they're selling that natural gas to. Now, by the way, I don't know if you guys have paid attention to energy prices, but they continue to go up, which is, a good thing for us in this particular project. So when they get their profits, let's say that they get $10 million in profits, they don't put that in the bank. What they do is they go and buy existing coin that's in the ecosystem and they send it to the burn wallet so that it can never be used again. So I want you to think about this for a moment. If the demand is going up and more awareness is happening, more and more people are coming online with these nodes and the network because of popularity, right? Because we're becoming more and more well-known. So the demand is going up, and not only are the licensing supplies going down to the point where they'll be sold out, but now we're pulling out coin out of the ecosystem. So the demand is going up, the supply is going down. What happens to the price?
Price goes up.
What happened to the price in the housing market over the last couple of years when the demand went up and the supply went down? What happened to our housing market? It went through the roof. And that is why black gold went up 77,000%. Now, here's my disclaimer. The best, past performance does not guarantee future performance. I want you guys to know I'm not a financial advisor. Everything I'm sharing with you are just my opinions. There is risk involved. You should never obviously invest more than you can afford to lose. But with that being said, where are you going to put your money right now? You could put 100 grand in a savings account today. It's going to be worth 85 by the end of the year with inflation. You go put it in the stock market. Well, $3 trillion in retiree funds have been lost in the stock market alone this year. You go put it in real estate. Well, real estate's already kind of hit its bubble and we're starting to see it coming down on the other side. So where do you put your capital to work to offset that 9.1% inflation rate that was hit today? You know what that's like? That's like literally having a 10% pay reduction on a yearly basis. So what people are asking me is, how can I put my money to work? What projects can I put my money in that are tangible, that actually have true substance, that can help me to offset that inflation and give me some of that upside potential, especially in the cryptocurrency market, where right now we're in a down market, in a bear market, that will allow me to accumulate a lot of tokens so that I can enjoy the next bear run or bull run when it takes off. And that's what this is. So I'm going to show you my back office. Okay. There we go.
All right, I'm gonna pause it for just a second. This thing will stop in 2 minutes and 35 seconds, but we'll go. You guys learning anything? Unmute yourself if you're learning anything.
Oh yeah, man. This is awesome, Earl, man. This is awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah. And for us to be here,
I didn't want to get involved because I wanted, I've been watching the crypto, but it was there was nothing tangible, but now it's all starting to make sense now. Now it's, it's going to be worth the while.
And guys, so for our team, we're going to do another Zoom. I'm going to share something with you. Now, remember what he's talking about when he's talking about inflation, right? He's talking about inflation and how at 9%, 10%, whatever money you got in the bank right now, if you leave it in the bank in cash, you're going to lose 10% of your family net worth just by leaving your money in cash. That's a fact, Jack. That's going to happen. Now, Michael Saylor has a video that I'll share with my team. That he says that we're really at 15% annual inflation rate. And whatever you leave, if you leave your money in cash over the next 5 years, you're going to lose 75% of the value of your family's wealth if you leave it there. So this guy's on point because he's saying what I already know. Right? He's talking about inflation and how inflation is going to affect our money. Now, Michael Saylor, for instance, did not own not one Bitcoin last year, but now he owns 17,000 Bitcoin. Why? Because he knows the future value of Bitcoin and where it's going. Now, the thing about it, Bitcoin ain't backed by nothing, but we are backed by these commodities. So I'm going to let him finish. We got 1 minute, and then we'll come back to the Zoom.
So this is my back office. And when you first become a license holder, you then, it takes about 72 hours to activate your license, your individual licenses. And by the way, this is very important. You get your own license. You know, people ask me all the time, well, how's this different than companies like OneCoin that got shut down by the SEC, where the owner is now on the top 10 FBI's most wanted list and she's in hiding? The difference is that they said they were mining, but they really weren't. They were literally taking the new money coming in to pay out, you know, percentages, but there was never any mining. It was just a scheme. So you get your own license. These licenses are valid for 10 years. You are an owner of that license. You can sell it. It's willable. It's transferable.